Continuing now with our lead story, will President Obama show leadership on the interrogation situation that could bitterly divide the United States? Today, Congressman Dana Rohrabacher confronted Secretary of State Clinton at a House Foreign Affairs Committee hearing.
Are you in favor of releasing the documents that Dick Cheney has been requesting be released?
Well, it won't surprise you that I don't consider him a particularly reliable source of information.
Madam Secretary, I ask you a specific question. Dick Cheney has asked for specific documents to be unclassified. We're not asking for your opinion of Dick Cheney about those documents. You want to maintain your credibility with us. What is your position on the release of those documents?
Well, Congressman, I believe that we ought to get to the bottom of this entire matter.
All right, here now, Fox News analyst OReilly Henican. Do you agree with me that if you have a show trial and you put Leahy, who would be in front of it, an uber liberal, in charge of this, it would divide the nation?
Well, people would have differing views about it, sure.
It'd be bitterness?
Well, it'd be disagreement, sure.
Okay.
Debate as you do in democracy.
No.
Sure.
Anger, bitterness, partisan,
probably,
like that?
Probably.
Okay, good. As long as you're with me on that. So President Obama then has a decision to make. And his main intel guy, Blair, has already made his decision, saying, listen, they had to do it. What they did was protected the nation, and I would not hold them accountable. That's what Blair says. Okay, how do you react to that?
Of all people, you ought not to be hiding from the truth. The facts here.
How do you react?
Well,
I'm going to be a Rohrabacher here.
I'm telling you.
I'm being Rohrabacher here. How do you react to what Blair said?
Well, let's let Blair react. Blair said that it wasn't worth it. We did these torturous techniques.
Right. How do you react to that?
And I think that it probably wasn't worth it.
Okay.
I think that torture.
Stop. Just answer my questions. So, Blair says not worth it?
Wasn't worth it. Results didn't make it worth it.
Top intel guy. No. He said
we got some info, but the cost we paid was too high.
He would not go after anybody who ordered these things. He did not say that.
That's what he said.
No, he did not. He said this is what we got. He understands why they did it, and he wouldn't go after anybody who did it. That's what Blair said.
But he also said that the consequences of having used these techniques caused us such additional problems that it wasn't worth using them.
Not exactly.
Pretty much what he said.
Not exactly. So Blair is coming down and advising his boss, Obama, not to go to a show trial, not to do this.
But hold on. You keep using this term show trial,
correct,
which is this very loaded, dripping kind of term.
Patrick Leahy.
Let me give you a different term.
Patrick Leahy.
Let me give you a different term. Pursuit of the truth. Why don't we do that? No, hold on.
If I had any belief that Patrick Leahy gave a fig about the truth, I might agree with you. He doesn't.
Let's you and I agree on something.
Let's define two things.
Okay.
Number one, this was done to protect your life. You live in New York City.
I do.
It was done to protect your life, and it worked.
I live 4 blocks from ground zero.
That's right, and it worked.
Well,
That's number one.
We don't know whether
it worked.
We're
still alive, and the attack on Los Angeles was aborted.
So
it worked. Hold it. Wait.
Let me say something here.
We can establish facts, and the facts are this worked.
Well,
and they did it
to
protect
You
us.
assert that.
That's right.
Well, let me assert a couple
That's
of things.
The overwhelming evidence.
Well, that's what you're focused on.
No, that's the evidence.
Let me focus on some other facts. One is that these kinds of things cause huge problems for us.
Now we're in the theory world.
No, we're not in the theory world.
Now here we go.
No, you cannot face torture. I know you like to avoid that word. You prefer the euphemisms, but let's call it what it is.
No, it isn't. That's your opinion. It's your opinion that waterboarding is torture.
You think waterboarding is lovely, except when they do it to our guys.
Harsh interrogation.
When they do it to our guys, it's not so lovely, is it?
Oh, stop it. They behead our guys. That's ridiculous.
Those things are done. Listen,
all right, now, hey, wait a minute. Let me get into another. I want to stay in a fact-based
I'm answering
realm.
the facts one by one.
Today, the two organizations that came out to encourage Obama to put the show trial on are George Soros and Move On.
I don't need to respond.
And Move. No. You're on the side of Soros and Move On.
I'm on the side of doing something very simple here. Let's have an investigation. Let the Justice Department decide what the crimes committed here.
You want Holder in charge of that?
Let the facts be gathered here, and let the facts lead. Why are you scared of the facts? Why won't you let us gather the facts?
Do you know who Eric Holder is? Do you know who Eric Holder is?
Of the United States.
Do you know what he did?
Professionals in that office are going to make this decision, not Eric Holder.
Okay. Now you listen to me.
Professionals in this office.
You listen to me. Eric Holder was second in command to Janet Reno. Eric Holder and Janet Reno put the wall up between the FBI and the CIA, which led to the 9/11 attacks. If anybody should be prosecuted, it's him.
You were happy when Gonzalez were making these decisions. Here's the reality. Why don't we do this in this country? Let's handle this the way we handle everything, which is to allow the professionals in the Justice Department to conduct a proper investigation.
The professionals in the Justice Department. Holder is your guy.
You quit meddling in the politics and you let the facts speak for themselves. If this is illegal, I want people to go to jail.
Holder is not qualified to do this.
He's the Attorney General of the United States.
Here's the deal.
Approved.
If Obama does this, it is the end of the Obama presidency.
You don't like it. I understand that.
No, it's the end.
You don't agree with it.
And if he gets hit, if we get hit after he does
you know
this,
what?
over.
You know what? Why are you so insistent on politicizing this? Why don't we let the
I'm politicizing this?
Yes. Why don't we let
Leahy is the guy calling for it. Move on and Soros.
We've got politicians on both sides of it yelping, but you're a man who ought to have some values that we share. And those values.
I would have done. Here's my value.
Well, let me tell
I would have done exactly what Bush did.
You disappoint me. You disappoint me.
I would have dumped that guy in the water 1,000 times to save your life.
You learn the same. You learn the same thing from the nuns that I did. That expediency does not justify doing something that's wrong.
Expediency.
Something that's wrong.
To save your life. To save your life, I would have dunked the guy in the water.
You're coming out for torture now?
Torture, Mike.
Torture?
Bleep.
Torture?
All right, Ellis. Calm down. We'll waterboard Ellis in a moment.
and I'll tell you the truth even before you do. How about that?
God help me.
I'm not a crook.